Cowboys 4H Smiley N. Pool, staff photographer file. Charger safety Adrian Phillips, 31, has some words for Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, 4, after Chargers defensive back Desmond King intercepted a pass and returned it 90 yards for a touchdown in the fourth quarter of a game hit at 2017 in Arlington. Smiley N. Pool, the Dallas Morning News by John Owning it. John Owning. The collective disappointment of the Dallas Cowboys fan base was palpable after it was reported that the team will be priced out of Earl Thomas, Eric Weddle and Landon Collins' services in free agency. Their hopes and dreams of a defense led by the NFL's best free safety since Ed Reed were seemingly dashed because of dollars and cents. Still, it is important to note that we are just a few days away from the legal tampering period starts Monday, when teams can start contacting impending free agents. So, not all hope is lost, despite what you may hear from either side through the media. The week leading into free agency is filled with posturing and smoke screens, so it is important to read any potential report with a healthy amount of skepticism. But for the purposes of this piece, we are going to move forward as if the report is true. The Cowboys won't allocate big money to the safety position this offseason. Luckily for them, safety will be the deepest position in free agency, filled with a plethora of starting caliber players who won't break the bank. The Cowboys' Xavier Woods is one of the better young free safeties in the league. Jeff Heath, who, according to Pro Football Focus, led all safeties in missed tackles against the run last season, has continued to struggle as a starter. Unless they want another year of Heath as a starter, the Cowboys have to sign a starting caliber safety in free agency or draft one in the top 100 picks. While there are a couple of great fits in the 2019 draft class, the value of the safeties on the open market may just be too good to pass up. Let's take a look at a few safeties the Cowboys would be wise to target in free agency if they're actually out of the Earl Thomas sweepstakes. George Iloka listed at 6'4", 225 pounds. George Iloka is the prototype, in terms of size, for the strong safety position on the Cowboys defense made famous by Cam Chancellor with the Seattle Seahawks. Iloka spent the 2018 season with the Minnesota Vikings after becoming a salary cap casualty of the Cincinnati Bengals in August 2018. Though he performed well at times, Iloka was not a great fit in Mike Zimmer's defense, where he was forced to play a large percentage of snaps in cover 2 and cover 4. Given his skill set, Iloka would be a much better fit in the Cowboys scheme, where they play mostly cover 1 and cover 3, as a strong safety, playing a healthy portion of snaps around the box. Iloka displays the type of skill set that should lend itself well around the box. He has great instincts and discipline against the run, and he packs a punch when he arrives, with the momentum. Because of his unique size for the position, Iloka, unlike most safeties, has the ability to take on and play off blocks in the run game, especially against tight ends and fullbacks. While most safeties opt to jump around blocks, opening up giant running lanes, Iloka possesses the requisite power to hold his own at the point of attack. Against the pass, Iloka appears to be much more comfortable defending short to intermediate zones than manning the deep half or middle. He shows plus mental processing from the box, reading his keys well to identify what an offense is trying to do, thus rarely getting out of position. Iloka has the size and physicality to hang with tight ends in coverage, but he can become a liability against quicker receivers, lacking the fluid change of direction ability to hang with them. Iloka's length enables him to give pass catchers a lot of trouble at the catch point while condensing throwing windows for quarterbacks in the intermediate parts of the field. This is especially important in the red zone, where length exacerbates things for offenses because space is condensed as it is. Signing Iloka would give the Cowboys an upgrade over Heath without breaking the bank, allowing Heath to do what he does best, focus on special teams. Under Chris Richard, who has a proven track record of developing long and tall defensive backs, Iloka could play the best football of his career. Jonathan Cyprien. After missing all of 2018 with a torn ACL, the Tennessee Titans will reportedly release Jonathan Cyprien before the start of free agency. Like many of the Cowboys front office's shrewd moves in recent history, signing Cyprien would be a low-risk move with a potentially high reward. Listed at 6 feet, 223 pounds, Cyprien has the size and athleticism necessary to play strong safety for the Cowboys. In terms of coverage, he shows the ability to cover tight ends from the slot and the physicality necessary to limit separation from them. Moreover, Cyprien shows above-average awareness in zones, displaying the ability to take on and pass off receivers entering his area. Like most of the safeties on this list, he does his best work against the run, showing impressive instincts. Similar to Aloka, Cyprien isn't afraid to take on blocks, allowing him to maintain his gap responsibility. He possesses good short area explosiveness, beating blocks and chasing down ball carries as a backside pursuit defender. Before signing with the Titans in 2017, Cyprien was excellent under Gus Bradley's tutelage in Jacksonville, finishing second, 38, and fourth, 41, in stops, tackles where the offense is deemed unsuccessful, among NFL safeties in the 2015-16 seasons, according to PFF. Bradley, who comes from the same Pete Carroll coaching tree as Richard, ran a scheme very similar to what Rod Marinelli and Richard run in Dallas, indicating that Cyprien could be a great fit with the Cowboys. Despite the fact he's coming off a torn ACL, the 28-year-old Cyprien is still young enough to come back from the injury without losing too much of his athleticism and explosiveness. He is the type of safety who can come in and immediately challenge Heath for the starting strong safety role. If he proves to be fully healthy, Cyprien should be able to beat out Heath in training camp while thriving in a scheme he is most comfortable in. Adrian Phillips, speaking of Gus Bradley, another one of his former pupils, could be a potential low-price target with a potentially high reward for the Cowboys. Adrian Phillips has played well in a spot starter role for the Los Angeles Chargers defense, say it would make sense if he tried to find a full-time starting gig in free agency. Phillips isn't going to get mistaken for Earl Thomas anytime soon, but he is an above-average coverage safety who does his best work inside the box. In fact, among safeties who played at least 50% of their defense's snaps, Phillips finished 8th in reception percentage, allowing just 55.4% of targets to be caught, 31 receptions on 56 targets. Bradley has called Phillips one of the most cerebral players he's coached, and it shows on tape. Phillips shows better mental processing ability than either Aloka or Cyprien in coverage, disrupting the passing game with greater frequency than either of the others. On top of that, Phillips routinely makes plus breaks, meaning he breaks on a pass before it leaves the quarterback's hands, which allowed him to generate 8 pass breakups 2018. Woods led Cowboys safeties with 7 last year, according to PFF. Against the run, Phillips does an excellent job of reading his keys to quickly identify what the offense is trying to do, making him a major factor against the run. He is aggressive, but not reckless, when filling from space against the run. That is why Phillips rarely misses tackles, just 5 in all of 2018. Heath had 21. Like Aloka and Cyprien, Phillips isn't afraid to take on blocks while defending the run. He shows total comfort with the physical aspects of football. Altogether, Phillips appears to be the best low-price safety on the open market. He's young, turns 27 on March 28, would be an upgrade over Heath and has a proven track record in a defense similar to what the Cowboys run. Enjoy this post. See more film room breakdowns from Owning here, Twitter, @JohnOwning.